This evening, the mountain trembles. It's not just another escalation, this is history catching fire. This evening, last night, Israel launched the most ambitious, coordinated, and lethal set of airstrikes on Iranian soil since the Islamic Republic's inception. The target, Iran's nuclear dream. The location, sites buried deep beneath Iran's mountains, most notably the Fordo facility nestled inside a hardened cavern beneath Qom. Two loud explosions were heard near Fordo despite its reinforced subterranean construction. A drone was shot down, but others got through. Israel's goal is not the annihilation of Iran, but the decapitation of its nuclear and military leadership. Fordo, Natanz, and missile sites across Tehran and western Iran were hit. Natanz, Iran's primary uranium enrichment site, reportedly suffered significant damage underground, targeting enrichment halls, centrifuge bays, power infrastructure. The operation, reportedly planned months in advance, was activated after the assassination of Hezbollah's Nasrallah, and a final intelligence estimate that Iran was days, not months, from full nuclear breakout. Israeli officials now openly admit they cannot destroy Iran's nuclear program entirely by force, but what they can do is reset the clock. Iranian state media report that at least 78 people are dead and over 300 injured, many in residential areas, and among the dead are Major General Hossein Salami, Iran's IRGC commander, Mohammad Bagheri, its armed forces chief, and several top nuclear scientists, the physicist Mohammad Tahranchi and Feridun Abbasi, a former head of Iran's atomic energy organization. These were all killed. For Iran, this was a beheading of both military might and scientific ambition. Benjamin Netanyahu, in a video address, declared the operation ongoing. We will act as long as necessary, and Israel is braced for waves of Iranian retaliation: drones, ballistic missiles, cyber attacks. The IDF has called up reservists and urged all Israelis to remain close to bomb shelters. Donald Trump, meanwhile, oscillates between applause and distance. He claims Israel struck after a 60-day deadline he imposed expired. He says the strike might push Iran to make a deal, but others suspect Israel acted precisely because they no longer trust any deal, especially one orchestrated by a transactional US president who one day warns Iran of annihilation and the next offers diplomacy from the pages of Truth Social. This is not merely a bilateral matter. Sirens have sounded in northern Israel. A missile from Yemen injured Palestinian children in the West Bank, and fears grow of proxy responses from Hezbollah and the Houthis. The red flag of revenge now flies above the Jamkaran mosque in Qom. Iranian state media has declared the attack a declaration of war, yet the broader risks are strategic. Attacks on desalination plants in the Gulf, the closure of Hormuz, the retaliation against US bases in Bahrain and Qatar, the destabilization of Egypt and Lebanon. Britain, cautious and conflicted, has not joined the assault, but the embassy staff in Tehran are now at risk. David Lammy has advised against travel to Israel. This moment, like all acts of war, demands interrogation. Was this an unavoidable necessity or the most dangerous kind of preemption? A nation deciding that the threat to its future justifies action today, no matter the cost tomorrow. The Israeli justification is clear. Enrichment at 60%, neutron source development, radiation testing, all indicators that the bomb was not merely theoretical. But even if this is true, does the strike destroy the program or merely guarantee Iran's resolve to complete it? And let's not ignore the context. As scrutiny of Gaza builds, Israel has shifted the global gaze. Iran, meanwhile, may now feel it must prove it can strike back, not just in self-defense, but to preserve its domestic legitimacy. The mountain was supposed to be impregnable. That was the whole idea of Fordo. Half a mile underground, surrounded by rock, resistant to conventional bunker busters. But when the mountain trembles, the illusion of invincibility crumbles, and we're entering a new phase, not just of the Israel-Iran conflict, but of nuclear diplomacy itself. This is not Operation Opera of 1981, nor the Syrian reactor strike of 2007. This is a campaign with wider aims and much greater risks. A storm has begun, not of mutual deterrence, but of rolling obliteration, and so we end with an ominous truth. No side can win outright, but both can lose catastrophically. As the centrifuges stop spinning and the air raid sirens wail, the question is no longer whether Israel has delayed the bomb, it's whether the region and the world can now delay the war.